Vigorous Steve here. Before we get started with Muscle Nomads, a quick reminder, today is Cyber Monday, which is your last opportunity to get a hold of those Black Friday deals over at Gorilla Mind. 30% off site-wide. That's not going to happen for a very long time. Stay tuned, maybe next year, but for now, today's your last chance to get 30% off. Over at Gorilla Mind, they have new flavors for Gorilla Mode and Gorilla Mode Nitric. That's the spiked cider flavor. They have a reformulated Gorilla Mind Smooth and Gorilla Mind. Nootropic Stack. Gorilla Mind is a new reformulation of Gorilla Mind Rush, for the guys who still remember that. They also have a new product called Beef Liver, which is basically desiccated beef liver tabs, where you can see the full nutritional breakdown. And they did a collaboration with Young LA for a backpack, as well as the ultimate sauna tea. Links down below. And before I forget, Intelligent Shop also offers 30% discount today for Cyber Monday. So that's 30% off Intelligent Silver, Carbon, H2O, Cobalt, Hydrogen, and Argon. Those are the fragrances that Intelligent Shop has. If you get one of each, you get 50% off. Crazy deal for the entire stack. And the other cosmetics that Intelligent Shop has, also 30% off. Direct links are down below. If you want to use my code, that's code Aaron. And if you want to use Aaron's code, that's code Aaron as well. Right? Support my good old friend. Let's get started with Muscle Nomads right now. What's up, guys? Muscle Nomads is back with the Aaron Burke and yours truly, Vigorous Steve.
Fresh back from the States.
That's right. Thanks
a little bit disappointed you're not fat.
I tried my best to stay in shape, dude. My wife told me not to get morbidly obese, which I adhered to in the first 2 weeks. And then the second week we were at Las Vegas. So, of course, obesity rates already went up.
Yeah.
And then I went to Orlando for Mr. Olympia. And then Disneyland after that. So then obesity was certainly in effect. But I didn't get as fat as I expected. Yeah.
No, yeah.
And
not really obesity.
And thanks for holding on to all of my gains. I'll have them back now.
Yeah, we'll set the IV tomorrow.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
I'm surprised. Like, when you came back, I was expecting, like, chubs to Steve to come back. Maybe a couple of extra chins or something. Just something. Looking at In-N-Out Man.
I went to In-N-Out.
The real Burger
Dude, it's mad disappointing.
Really?
In-N-Out is so disappointing.
Everyone talks...
Yeah, I don't know what they're on about.
The game, no?
Dude, but I had like the best hamburger in my life, the top 3 hamburger of my life with Chase Irons, which I still can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it's somewhere in Chicago. And that was like a proper, like life-changing hamburger.
Oh.
Yeah, so after that...
find out what that is.
Yeah, well, I'll ask Chase to put it down somewhere. So yeah, it's, it was a good holiday nonetheless.
Chicago, huh?
Yeah.
Did you try deep dish pizza?
No, I didn't have time. I was only there for 1 day. Yeah, 1 day only.
So who's bigger, me or Chase?
Yeah, you are.
Screw you, Chase.
But Chase has been doing it a lot longer.
And I did it on a budget Chase cycle as well. So stop wasting your money on all of that stuff, Chase.
No. Chase is the muscle maturity and the density and the volume.
It's there. He looks good.
Yeah, it's just a lot different.
It was funny seeing him on stage at Swiss.
Yeah.
It's just this big unit up there with everyone else.
Especially next to the rest of us.
Yeah, he looked pretty large and in charge.
Yeah.
But it was an epic trip, though, by the looks of things.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah. Next time I'll go shorter, though. 1 month in the US is... I know my blood work is wrecked. I already recorded a video about that, but I will drop it a couple days when it's ready.
Blood work wrecked. Bank account wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah, I spent 26K.
Shh. Don't say it. Don't say it. I don't want to hear it. It makes me a little
last year
depressed inside.
Last year I spent 16K and I spent 26K. That's in total, right? With the shopping and the traveling and the taking care of my wife and stuff. So it's less than last year, because last year I spent $1,000 per day and now I spend about $850. So I did more of it on a budget.
A budget, yeah, sure. But I thank you for this, though. I got my first ever legit real powerhouse tank.
Yeah.
Can call myself a real bodybuilder now.
There you go.
I just need to get some parachute pants. And then I'm set.
And a fanny pack.
Yeah, and of course.
Yeah, we can get those in Thailand, though. Yeah. So Scott McNally took me to the original Powerhouse gym in Detroit. Very interesting, a lot of fun.
What does his armory look like? That's what I'm interested in.
Oh, yeah.
What does Scott's war room
So what a lot of people don't know is, like, he has his little studio down in the basement right next to his home gym. And then in the corner of the home studio, there's a safe full with artillery.
Is it like the...
Full.
the Matrix Armory room.
Yeah, no, almost.
Or like Men in Black, where you press a button and all the bookcases turn around and there's guns everywhere.
But the guns are cooler, way cooler. So he has this Golden Desert Eagle.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I don't think he's ever shown it on camera.
No, I've never seen that one.
But that thing is so heavy, and the bullets are like $3 a piece. So I told him, said only double taps and only the people that you really hate.
That's a special person.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you got to engrave those bullets because they're so expensive. No, but he's got some very cool guns, man. I can't remember for the life of me what those guns are called, but they're very, very good. Yeah, very cool. Knows his
guns. He is the real life John Wick.
Yeah.
Really,
for sure.
He's that guy.
For sure. Yeah, and he loves dogs as well. Yeah.
So that was cool. I was watching the show where when they were asking what it was the Increlex talk.
Yeah.
Oh, if only Steve was here. Let me just see if we can get him on the phone. Ta-da.
I was waiting around the corner for like 30 minutes on my phone, waiting to make the surprise entrance.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a good show. So if anyone wants an update on the whole Increlex side of things, then go and watch that one as well. Yeah. It's a good episode.
You're off the Increlex?
Off now. I've got a little bit left. I might throw that back in the next little run, the next little cycle. But yeah, I had a good little run with it. I had my fun with it.
Yeah.
New experiments, new things to do, new things to test.
It looks like the Increlex and the new protocols put some more size on you. I feel even smaller than last time. I said next to you.
It worked. The experiments are working. There's more experiments to do, which again, most people will say you're crazy. Just stick with it. This works. Why change it? Well, why not experiment a bit? It's fun, yeah. And gives me more videos that I will eventually make and post.
It's about time.
I'm so bad at it. I'm shit at YouTube.
I know.
With the opposites.
Me too.
No, you're on the ball with that stuff. I'm terrible. But I promise I will do some updates on these cycles and experiments and stuff that I've been running. But all in all, very, very good. I think I started this last little run at 123, finished at 136. So hit the 300 pound mark finally.
That's 136 is 300 pounds?
It was. I was like 136.8 or something like that. So I think I just scraped it.
Let me see. Yeah, keep talking. I'll convert it.
Yeah, so that I just hit that, held it for a couple of days, and then it started.
299.8 pounds. No, we gotta go to Cheesecake Factory.
Put the 0.8 in.
0.8?
Yeah.
Oh, it says 301.6 pounds. All right.
Yeah.
Nice work, dude. Nice work.
Okay, cheers. And I had a reasonably decent composition intact as well. I didn't really pick up too much fluff, which was nice.
Mm-hmm.
The usual sort of, everything comes with 10 pounds of water no matter what you do. So that's pretty typical. But yeah, overall really good. So I'm back to the world of natties now for the last 5 days. 5 days natty. 5 days natty. I'm not feeling it just yet, so I'm not going to...
You got to stop this bullshit, dude. You're not natty.
Hashtag natty, bro.
6 weeks it takes. And you were on Nandrolone, right?
I was on Nandrolone, yeah. The base was Nandrolone. And
so it takes months to metabolize.
And then...
Shut the fuck up, dude.
And then, the last few days, just threw in a little bit of test for a little bit of bump, try and push the weight up a little bit more. Okay. It didn't move, so it just came off. So the cycle was supposed to be 6 weeks. Stopped at 4.5. Yeah, just saw the sort of plateaus kicking in there. So
you got the 300 pounds. You're like, that's it. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm too heavy now.
No, I got to 300 pounds.
I can start competing. I got to diet down.
It was 2.5 weeks. I hit 300.
Okay.
It only took me 2.5 weeks to put on 13 and a bit kilograms. And then it was good. It went really well. I just pushed food about as hard as I've pushed food before.
6,000 calories?
Just over 6,000, yeah. We tried a little bit extra as well on top there. But it was enough to get the job done, that's for sure. But yeah, nothing too complicated. All went well. Training was good. Slightly different approach to my training as far as rep ranges. But the principles and the foundations are all essentially there. It was just basically cramming my warm-up sets and my feeler sets with a working set. So everything, it was starting with a set of 20 reps, followed up with a set of the normal 6 to 8, something like that. Okay. So instead of doing some warm-up sets and then feeler sets, then a top set, just crammed all that into one set of 20 and then still take that all the way up to within a rep.
Did you do the same weight as you would normally do, like 8 to 12 reps?
For the second set.
All right.
Yeah, I got progressively stronger on all of them as well across that time. So, it worked out really well. And we managed volume Push the volume up as well from 2 weeks in. A little bit of a volume bump there as well. Just 1 or 2 sets per workout, just to sort of test the limits there. Could still recover, still good. Continue to grow up until about 4.5 weeks. Then weight stopped moving. Lifts stopped progressing as aggressively. The appetite took a hit. I suck at eating. I really suck at eating. So for me, these little short cycles work very, very well because I only have to concentrate on eating, like really, concentrated eating for a short period of time. And then things start to plateau. 2 weeks off now, resensitize and all that, drop a bit of fluff, back in and try and hit 140. That's the plan.
140. Yeah, so that's 4 kilos more, right?
Well, from the top end of
from the top end, but that's reasonable.
But my top end,
I think that's a good goal. So that's.
Well, the off season before this short cycle, before I went natty for 5 weeks, before that, my highest weight was 131. I woke up this morning after 2 or 3 days now of basically not eating much and doing a shitload of cardio just to kind of get this cut running fast. Just nice aggressive start.
Yeah.
And I'm waking up fasted, walking around at 132, already way tighter than my previous high of 131. So, gains have been made for sure.
That's for sure, yeah. You know what my weight is?
No? Don't say it's like below 90 or something.
No, it's 92. It's 92. I think at one point it was like 19 and a half, no? That was before I went to Bali. This
is the biggest gap we've ever had then.
Yeah, 40 kilos, yeah. Remember
40 kilograms.
Remember we used to be the same weight. We used to be the same weight at 120, no?
Yeah, when we first linked up. Yeah. And then after I did one solid off season with you. And then we were about the same weight for
I'm getting old, man. I got to get my wife pregnant.
Yeah, I'm too fat to try and do that, so.
Yeah. Too fat for sex.
Let's just say I need to improve my cardio a little bit.
Oh, right. Is that right?
Short cycles and short time frames on everything else as well.
That's a good thing about being
30
lean.
seconds and done. Yeah. In and out, gorilla style.
That's a good thing about being lean. You have a limited mounting capacity. Yeah. But less capacity. But a lot less, pelvic thrust, unfortunately. So there's less of the headboard bonking. Because I just don't have the hip mobility. Or I have the hip mobility, but not the hip mass.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, breaking beds.
Yeah. I think when you sit on it.
We already switched to the spare room. We broke one.
Oh, no.
Yes. The weight starts kicking in. The indent on the sofa starts to get a bit larger. I'm going to have to get a new desk chair for sure. But it's fun. And do you know what, though? I feel good. I wasn't expecting... Like when I hit 300, I was expecting, it's like a mental thing, isn't it? You trick yourself into it. You're like, oh my God, I'm 300. I feel so fat and slow and I can't breathe. I felt absolutely fine.
No, you're still doing boxing lessons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly right. So I try to keep them to a minimum. And during the cycle, when the goal is grow. So my cardio is like a few times a week just to keep on top of it, but not overkill. Right. Whereas now it's like daily boxing classes and stuff. And yeah, I'm 290 right now. 132, it's about 290, something like that. And
whip it up on a calculator.
And I'm getting through hour and a half boxing classes. Like I'm having to take a few extra rest breaks to get my breath back.
191.
191, there you go. But I'm pretty happy with how my cardio's held up and how I look. If you want to know how I look, go on my Instagram and look at the stories.
Link down below.
Yeah, it looks all right. It looks pretty freaking good for 290. I can see my abs. They're not cut in deep, but they're very much there. And so I think 2 weeks of going hard like this on the activity, it's not too bad.
Don't forget to stretch it out. Yeah. No, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
This
is the especially that love handle.
That's usually where you store it.
Oh, big time. Yeah. For me. Yeah, my ass.
I gained a little bit on the US.
My ass gets a little flabby.
I get from this to about this and now to this again. So I'm always back to.
Yeah, but yeah.
You got to stay shredded for the gram, dude. That's how you make sales. Nobody wants to listen to you if you're
shredded all year round.
Morbidly obese.
Shredded all year round. You got to start taking Psalms, grow a broccoli haircut.
I could. Yeah, I could.
Get earrings.
Man, the broccoli haircuts in the US.
You start wearing Crocs.
Don't hate on Crocs, man.
Dude, Crocs, natural testosterone killer.
The PCVs and the fucking plastics in there for sure. So how's it going with the gains further? So you're 2 weeks off?
Yeah, 2 weeks off, and then I'll go back in. Another aim 4 to 6 weeks will be the target as for these short cycles. They suit me. They work really well for me, so I'll keep rinsing and repeating. But each time I go in, I'll try something different. So this time was a Nandrolone base for a little splash of test at the last few days, just so you can feel the difference. Like, it's nice to remind yourself of cognitively the difference between Nandrolone and test. Nandrolone, I'm like Lake Placid. I'm like super, like very, very stoic, very calm, very emotionless, which is fine because I just have to focus on this one goal and it's not a big deal. But then you put a little bit of test in, and very, very quick, like as soon as you put it in, a couple hours later, you're like, I feel a bit different. I feel a little bit more happier, a bit more lively, a bit more aggressive in the gym, a little hornier. So it's it's definitely a feel factor difference.
Yeah. For sure. That's the same thing I noticed when I did Nandrolone-Only. I did it for a couple of weeks. And then as soon as you switch back to test, you feel that positive aggression, the libido boost, just the overall sense of well-being. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Nandrolone gets the job done.
So it does.
But of course, how many hours are you in the gym per day? I mean, I got a fuckload of business shit to do. So that's why I like test. So you're going to switch back to test now?
I think the next cycle, we'll do a different combination. So I've ticked the Nandrolone base box. I've ticked that off. I've seen what it looks like from a just Nandrolone only and how that affects, how it can be used. For instance, if I wanted to use it for TRT, it's fine. My test levels were absolutely fine. Estradiol was perfectly in range.
So we discussed this off camera. You did your blood work, right? And then the problem is the blood work ranges in Thailand, they're not very accurate. And they only go up to like 3,450 nanograms per deciliter. So we don't know what your actual concentrations.
And then I did it 3 days later.
Yeah.
So the first one, everything was a bit more elevated. Estradiol was in the 80s. Still felt great, but that was with the HCG in.
Yeah.
And I took the HCG out and then went 4 days later for bloods.
Yeah.
And my estradiol was middle of the reference range. But the testosterone levels, they cap off at like 3,450 or something. So like that, I could be 6,000, could be 9,000. I don't know.
But if you're not injecting any testosterone, what is this testosterone then that is on your blood work? It's actually Nandrolone. Right? So,
what do you mean?
So you check your total testosterone levels, right? But you haven't injected any testosterone for months. Or for weeks. And the HCG is never able to bring it up that high. Yeah. So the total testosterone that's super elevated is not testosterone, it's Nandrolone. So there's cross detection of Nandrolone in your testosterone and cross detection of the Nandrolone in your progesterone markers.
Yeah.
So it is a bit why it's problematic to do blood work like that here in Thailand, because we don't have liquid chromatography, tandem mass spectrometry testing, only conventional chemiluminescence. And that's so your levels might be high, but what is it? Is it Nandrolone? Is it test? Is it something else?
No, you can't really tell for sure on that side of things. But what you can, like, you take from how you're feeling, how you respond,
of course,
and all of this, and it's like, it gets the job done. Do you know what I mean? It gets the job done.
Right.
But exactly what was what and where it was, so it's a bit up in the air. Same with the dosages as well, using different underground labs and things like that. It's very, very difficult to pinpoint. Because we can't really test here every batch that you get. So you have to kind of a little bit of guesswork on how accurately dosed some of the supply is. And I mean, it was getting the job done, but it would have been really nice to see in a very exact amount of testosterone and then go by the sort of times 8 times 10 rules and then be able to adjust the dose maybe to get it just accurate. But you do the best you can with what you've got. And, it got the job done. Felt good, made some good gains. But next time in, I'll probably do back to a testosterone base.
Pharma test.
And I might do this next one on a prop. I might stick with a prop.
I wouldn't use the Pharma Probe here.
Huh?
I wouldn't use the Pharma Probe.
No, I won't use Pharma Probe. I managed to get hold of, and back when I was in China, when we were working together, that's all I ever used. And it ever seemed to work pretty well. So I'll go with that for now and just, we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Cool. I can always switch out and go with the Bayer Enanthate if necessary, right?
Yeah.
It's always there. It's always on the shelf. Or the Rotex is always there.
Exactly.
So when in doubt, get the pharma grade out.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
So again, experimental stuff, right? It's a bit of fun. But I will start with a testosterone base. And I'm kind of toying with the ideas of what to put on top of it. Like it's only if I'm
insulin growth hormone Increlex.
I might do the Increlex again.
Yeah,
because I've got a little bit left, and that will probably get me through this next 4-week push.
Mm-hmm.
So with only 4 weeks to worry about, I can pretty much use anything because nothing's going to be in there long enough to do damage unless I abuse the shit out of dosages. But even then, I would have to be extremely abusive to get any real damage done in 4 weeks. So I'm like, I've got toys to play with. So I'm thinking test and trend. I'm thinking testing some friggin' maybe some orals in there as well. Oh,
test an Anadrol.
I did throw a little bit of
It'll be
Devo
for
I did 2 days of
easy.
Test an Anadrol.
Yeah.
I mean, I could literally do any of these things at reasonable dosages because my time of exposure is so short. I'm not going to do any damage.
No, of course, the Anadrol will kill your appetite, but I think if you take it before bed, it will help.
That, and it's only I've only got to really suck it up and eat food for 4 weeks.
I still got some Pharma Anadrol allegedly downstairs in my steroid drawer. So.
Allegedly Pharma grade Anadrol in the secret stash drawer.
I got Pharma grade. I just stock it up, you know. It's like, it's almost close to the expiration date. You get a discount. Sure, why not? It will still be good. You just can't sell it anymore.
Well, maybe I'll steal that from you then.
Still for like $20 for a bottle. What are you gonna say? No, come on. $20 for Pharma Anadrol.
Bunch of tests, some Pharma grade Anadrol, bit of Slin just to carry the food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be full as a house, that's for sure.
Plus, you got to take all the steroids that I'm not taking currently. That was the deal we made.
I thought you said you wanted all your gains back.
Yeah, until my wife's pregnant. But until that time,
until then,
you have to take all the steroids I don't
before they go out of date.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, waste not, want not.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
go home. Up the dose. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, experiments wise and what to do with the next cycles. Yeah, I'll have a little think about it and see what to play with it. But yeah, test Anadrol will be a good option. The world is my oyster because I have such a small window of time to do it. I can literally do whatever I want and I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure, especially if you keep doing your blood work before and after for the data.
I've been doing it multiple weeks during these little cycles as well.
Oh, right, yeah.
One thing I do want to always look at whenever I add something in is just the initial, the hormone panel, right? Just see if anything does go through the roof or anything that needs management. So, and it costs $30 to go and do that. So, and a $5 taxi or whatever. So just go and do it, test it, double check. Okay, move on. And then you got that confidence. You can tick the boxes, no guesswork. And, and then all the other normal health blood markers and everything like that. I'll do it at the end of every cycle or end of every 2 cycles because I'm always good.
Yeah, or in the meantime, So basically you go every month.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, now you're my club. You go every month, whether you're on cycle or not.
Yeah, well, it's good to see in it. And then I know as well, I can green light all of these experiments and compounds. Like I know 4 weeks using this, that, and the other, I'm absolutely fine. Green light. If something spikes, something nasty, and then I can say, well, I probably shouldn't use that in the future. But yeah, so far, we've used pretty much everything in the playbook at this point, And I've never had
even Increlex.
Everything, even the saucy sauce, and I've still never had even bad blood work panel.
Unobtainium. Well, you had 1 or 2 bad ones, but one time you had hemorrhoids. Remember?
Yeah, hemorrhoids. Yeah,
why is the D-dimer so high? Holy shit, are you gonna die? Oh yeah, hemorrhoids. Yeah, shit. Well, so that's not the worst thing. You just a little bit more veggies.
Yeah, I haven't had them since. No. Since more veg,
more peach,
more veg, fermented vegetables, and a little splash of kefir every now and then.
Yeah,
just sort of I don't want to
do
the trigger word gut health protocols because everyone uses them now. But yeah, it really does work.
Dude,
if you just keep on top of that shit.
Your gut microbiome regulates all of your neurotransmitters. So, it's the least you can do to focus on your fucking gut microbiome.
Yeah, I just don't want to start, do...
Yeah, well, let them talk, man. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. They're all small and skinny anyway, these people. So why would you listen to them? Show me the muscle, and then,
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, if you can still pull a vacuum at 300 pounds, which you can, then, but those guys can't because they never reached it. I could pull a vacuum at 260 pounds, and I care about gut health. So maybe there's something to say for it, fucktards.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, I take it back. Fuck you guys, gut health for the win.
Yeah.
Pull vacuums at 300 pounds.
Exactly, yeah.
yeah, it works, right? And I feel good, and it's all going well. But yeah, so I don't know. I guess while we're on the subject of drugs as well, as usual.
Well, that's what the channel is all about.
I've been toying with the fighting community here now for a couple of weeks. I went to a jiu-jitsu tournament today, see a couple of friends fighting, and a few people came over and said, I've seen your stuff, seen you and Steve on YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's funny.
and obviously the questions come out like, so I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah.
So what would you take before a jiu-jitsu tournament? What would you take before, a fight? And I thought, that's a good little topic.
Yeah.
Things, I mean, to be honest, you could just go and watch your WADA
Well, I'm going to, have the endurance.
USADA, WADA approved stacks.
I have the endurance deep dive video series, but I mean, since it's pretty much come to a conclusion now, I'm going to design individual stacks for particular sports.
Yeah.
So that's, contact sports like MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, I mean, Krav Maga, it all kind of falls into the same thing. So
yeah, we're talking the same sort of time frames of a fight, right? So you talk, let's just throw it into you've got 20, 25 minutes of kill or be killed combat, whether it's jiu-jitsu or boxing or whatever it is. What are you taking on the day?
On the day?
Yeah.
Something to boost your stamina. So that could be something like Nandrolone-Only, right? So that reduces the amount of energy requirement for the energy that you need to produce in your body in the form of ATP. Then hypoxin, which reduces the oxygen requirement. So now you're purely burning glucose and preserving some of the oxygen that you're taking in. And then, of course, if you increase your oxygen delivery through the use of something erythropoietic like testosterone or EPO or something along those lines, then the production of energy is sustained for how many minutes the round lasts. So this is something I would look into. So basically low dose cookie cutter HRT, right? Testosterone, DHA, pregnenolone, maybe a low dose growth hormone post workout before bed. Because again, when you keep your body weight levels down when you're performing these sports. And then things that I discussed in the deep dives regarding endurance, mildronate, hypoxin, bemetil, methylene blue, right? Combine all of that together, and most of these aren't even on the drug list of WADA. So plenty of alternatives to look into. But of course, if you start explaining this to MMA fighters,
they're like, "What did you just say?
What?"
So I was like. Slam a handful of ubiquinol, take a bunch of cardarine, a handful of Superdrol, knock it back, have a good pre-workout meal, and go kick some ass.
Superdrol I would forego, but halotestin 1 or 2 days leading into the fight, That's not enough to kind of have a stamina reduction, not enough to get your body weight levels up to the point you don't make the weight class anymore, because there's like 400 weight classes in MMA.
Yeah, there's a nice bit of added aggression.
Yeah, but 2 days is more than enough to or, intramuscular testosterone suspension, but that can also ruin your mobility, and especially if you're
I think for most of these fighters, they're looking for something they can quickly knock back, right?
Okay, so
endurance boosters, I'm like...
Long story short, halotestin, cardarine, mildronate, and the ubiquinol, and shut the fuck up.
Basically, yeah. This is that's pretty much what I was talking about today, and I was like, but if you really want to get accurate with this stuff, and especially from a nutritional point of view as well, which is going to make a massive difference, start testing your blood sugar. After meals, hour, 2-3 hours after meals, and get really, really accurate with the kinds of foods you're putting in your body. So you got a really good, nice, steady release of energy. That's going to do more than most things. And then on top of that, slam basically what we just said.
What all these fighters have in common is undereating.
Yeah.
Undereating and over-saunoing.
Yeah.
Because they want to make weight, and because they undereat, their electrolyte balance is all fucked up, and they don't have so much energy. Dehydrated, right? They're constantly training on the mat, especially here in Thailand. It's super, super hot.
Yeah.
So, and their immune system might be slightly compromised because their cortisol levels are so high. Then fighting on the mat with, all kinds of diseases. All kinds. It makes them, puts them out of commission for a while. Staph infections or just common colds. And so, these guys got to be super careful because they ask so much of their body. But don't worry, there will be videos about those topics at one point or another after I finish the optimized entrepreneur deep dive, not endurance, entrepreneur deep dive. Gotta finish that first so I get all of these nootropics and neurotransmitters out of my brain. Yeah. So, but it's, it's good to see that you're getting involved with that field because, you're not only a bodybuilder, but also a boxer, right? And
just that guy at in the crowd at fight night. So they're like, that's the guy. Go and ask him what to take. I'm like, oh, well, okay, take this.
It's not bad to be
the drug guy.
Oh, and it's not bad to be known as the go-to guy.
I should wear a shirt that just says, "Come to me if you want to get busted in a drug test. But a lot of these sports are not drug tested. Like Jiu-Jitsu, for instance, at all levels is not drug tested. So you can do whatever you want. But these guys have no idea what to do. No. I'm like, oh my God, you can do whatever you want? Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's talk, because you're about to murder people.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think, a little bit of nutritional input. I was fighting with a guy the other day, doing a bit of sparring, and he was gassing hard.
Sparring with you?
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, you're 300 pounds. So
I just lay on people.
And, sit on them.
Yeah, I get my ass kicked most of the time.
I'm not going to tap out. I'm going to sit in your head.
Most of these guys kick my ass. I'm a little bit out of practice, but it's fun. But yeah, I mean, if I get on top of someone, I'm going to lay on you. Yeah, basically, and then just hammer you. But it's fun. And anyway, so he's dying afterwards. I mean, he's talking about food and trying to make weight and stuff like that. The guy's only got like a kilo to cut. I'm like, you're going to cut that overnight. Don't worry about it. Fuel yourself. And I said, what are you eating before training? Like, why are you so out of it? And the guy's like completely dehydrated, never salts nothing. He's eating a bit of chicken and a little bit of this and a little bit of that 2.5 hours before training. So his freaking blood sugar's already bottomed out by the time you've even got in the gym.
Cortisol levels are high, allopurinol, and blood urea nitrogen, and ammonia sweats.
So I think what I'm going to do is just give these guys a little bit of an easy to read blueprint, like pre-training or pre-fight. Think about these things, and they'll just perform so much.
And then
better.
we get free bodyguards when we host seminars and shit.
Yeah, for sure. Just have like an entourage of just killers.
Yeah, a little short killers. They're in a good mood until you tell them to.
They're a good crowd here, though. They're a really cool bunch of guys there, taking it easy on me because I gas pretty quick.
Oh, you still gas pretty quick? I thought these guys were gasping sparring with you.
Well, if I get hold of them, but I've got to catch them first. And I'll tell you what.
Slippery bastards.
Yeah, the fight game is... I remember 10 years ago doing this, and I remember feeling really good. I was probably high 80s, low 90 kilograms, good, fit, able to move, roll around, round after round after round. I did a few jiu-jitsu competitions, some inter-club boxing. Right. Felt great. It's a different game now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 40 kilograms more, and I require a lot more oxygen. And there's only so much oxygen you can breathe in a Thai boxing gym, where the air is thick and it's hot and and you got a minute to recover. Like it's just the total opposite of what we do. A set in the gym, high intensity set, a minute and a half at the most. Yeah. And 3 minutes plus to recover and then I'm back in.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. I've got
need some Mildronated
3-minute rounds here. Big time. I got 3 minutes now to go hard, non-stop. And then I've got a minute to recover and then get punched in the face again. And it's just it's the total opposite.
Don't forget your essential amino acids, dude. Otherwise you go catabolic. You need some Gorilla Mind EAAs and, post-workout, intra-workout.
30% off right now.
Yeah.
Black Friday sales.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm dosed up to the eyeballs on, I tell you what I do like pre-training though is the respawn.
Yeah.
Respawn is king, man.
I know.
I can stay focused. I can concentrate, a little bit of caffeine. Love it.
Best neurotransmitter balanced formula out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Smooth that should come in the post soon as well. See what that feels like. Yeah,
that's going to be good. It has acetyl carnitine in there, which is specifically requested because it helps with cognition.
The good stuff.
Nootropic benefits as well.
More so than the tartrate, right?
Yeah, well, acetylcholine or acetyl carnitine kind of recombines in the brain, so you get some more, absorption of triglycerides and fatty acids in the brain itself.
Yeah.
So L-carnitine, L-tartrate doesn't provide acetyl, right? So when you take carnitine, kind of breaks down in the intestinal tract and it absorbs, and it's more likely to recombine in the brain. And acetylcarnitine can also pass the blood-brain barrier. So this way you just have more fatty acid oxidation in the brain. And when you follow a ketogenic diet, very beneficial.
Fat energy in the brain.
Yeah.
Fat brains. Fat brains for the win.
Yeah.
Also, dosage, same? 3,000 a couple times a day?
No, 500 milligrams more than that.
Injectable?
No, that's the oral version. Acetylcarnitine, 500 milligrams. Like a couple times a day.
I'm talking tartrate now.
Tartrate, yeah. Okay, tartrate is that's for fat loss of the body. Not fat oxidation in the brain.
Not fat brains.
Yeah.
We want fat brain stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially after the US. Jesus. All that food. Oh, amyloid plaque buildup out of my ass.
Good.
Oh my God, dude.
But yeah, I mean, but yeah, all of that's really, I think, really cool topics as well, because everything that we do and talk about directly carries over into those sports. And I think a lot of these guys are missing a trick, even if it's the you know, they don't want to go down the you know, the drug side of things. If they still need to make, you know, pass drug tests, there are so many epic options.
Oh, I made a whole video, right? About a WADA-approved doping stack of 2024. It's not even 2024 yet, but the drug stack is already out. You know, I met Dr. Aaron De Souza in Bangkok. I mean, this guy is going to fucking destroy the Olympics.
Dude, I spoke to him the other day and he's like, you interested?
Oh,
you want to compete? And I'm like,
well,
is there going to be boxing? And he's like, yeah. You want to do it? And I'm like,
oh, if you go against veteran boxers that have access to PEDs, I wouldn't do it.
oh,
You'll probably get pummeled. You'll get pummeled.
I'm going to fight Bob Sapp or someone like that.
I can put you in touch with Bob Sapp.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if I get pummeled. I
in-
want to get pummeled by Bob Sapp. The guy's a legend.
So in Bangkok, there's this fight circus, right, that I mentioned.
Yeah.
And that Bob Sapp actually competes there. I'll link their Instagram down below. So there's fight circus, and Bob Sapp competes in that. And it's a lot of fun, you know, to have it in Phuket, in Bangkok once in a while.
Just like throw around dwarfs and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's just pure
entertainment.
Just like entertainment stuff. Yeah, so but there's some serious fighting going on. So there's like 2 against 1, or Bob Sapp against like an army of midgets,
or like 2 kids versus their teacher, and stuff like that, right?
Right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, or just some sort of Halloween. But it's pretty fucking fun. So yeah, we should definitely go one time, and I'll put you in touch with all these people because,
dude,
Bob Sapp is a unit though.
Yeah, he is. He's a legend. I'd love to get punched in the face by Bob Sapp.
Oh, Bob, if you're watching,
if I end up looking like this, and I'd be like, yeah, Bob Sapp did this.
Bob, if you're watching, just yeah.
I'm a human heavy bag, mate. Take me out. Go for it. It would be my honor to get the shit kicked out of me by Sapp.
Yeah, you'll probably turn to my color. You know,
I bet he's still massive as well.
He is, yeah.
That guy's just a genetic, legit superhuman.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
So much fun. It's pride in K1 days.
Mm-hmm. Still does the fights, expose fights in Japan. He goes there all the time.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a god there.
No, I know. That's why he stays in Thailand, because it's a little bit away from all that. Yeah, it's too much. He comes here to kind of kick back and relax, and then he goes to Japan. And, you know, it was a lot of fun. Make some good money.
What a dude.
Yeah.
What a guy. Bob Sapp, what a legend.
Yeah, legend.
And he was like a full-blown NFL superstar before that as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good in all the sports that he participated in.
Yeah.
You know, so... Yeah, this is life in Thailand, guys. A lot of cool people here.
Some cool people.
Yeah. What do you think about the Mr. Olympia?
Yeah, it's all right. Nah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
They will look a bit small.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Like, if you have Samson Dowda is something else, man.
They're big. That was a big lineup. A few weird placings that I will talk about, which I thought were a bit odd. But yeah, overall, I mean, that top 3 was
killer.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I feel bad for Nick Walker because I saw him 10 days before he stepped on stage. I saw him at Torture Gym, very focused, very dialed in, so we didn't really get a chance to talk. And then apparently the day after, or that day that I saw him, he tore his hamstring, and he still didn't know what it was. Was it posing? Was it training? And it just got progressively worse and worse and worse. And by the time he was at the Mr. Olympia weekend, fully fucked up and water retentive, and he couldn't even walk. And then he had another hamstring or a calf strain, so the guy could barely stand up. Yeah. He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, so such bad timing. I feel so sorry for him.
Yeah.
Because he looked good.
Oh, he looked good when I saw him in the gym. He looked like he was going to make some people cry.
I think he would have been moved around a lot in that top 5 in that first call out. There would have been some switching going on because there's a few poses there, which he is very dominant.
Yeah.
And one thing I did notice is Nick's very hard, very sharp and very hard.
When I saw him at the gym, he was like fucking hard as nails, and that's in the middle of the day with some fluid in you. So, you know, and I think only Hadi could match that.
Yeah, the other like Derek and Samson were full, and they were lean and they were full, but I don't think Hadi was by far the hardest.
Yeah,
like granite, that granite look.
Yeah, especially on the second day.
And Nick has that granite look.
Yeah,
and that can be very dangerous.
Could have even been second. Or first. Who knows?
You never know.
Never know.
We'll have to wait another year and find out. But what do you think of the overall results, though, from where you were sitting, because you were there?
I think it was fair. Yeah, I think it was fair. I mean, Derek looked good both days. Of course, from the front, he's not as impressive as Hadi Choopan, but Hadi Choopan was off at prejudging. He had a little bit of distension. He had his watery back, which got worse and worse and worse. Probably stressed out of his mind.
But he did get better throughout the night.
He did get better.
He was the hardest at the end of it. He looked the best at the end.
Yeah, because Samson Dada was fading a little bit, especially sweating on both nights. He's a big guy. So
What is he on stage? 3? Is he 300 on stage?
I think he's 300 on stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
It's not a Ronnie Coleman 300, or at least not yet. I mean,
not yet, but it's on its way, isn't it? I mean, that back,
he's...
once that back sort of gets that like shelf and that thickness, it's there.
Yeah, that's Ronnie. Give it 1 or 2 years. So, I mean, with Derek, he was just the most consistent in that back double bicep back lat spread. That's that's Phil Heath level. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And of course, you expose other people who are not as dry or slightly off from the back. But then again, from the front, I mean, Hadi was, one of the best guys. And then, there's something to say for some of Samson Dauda's poses, especially from the side. So, I mean, it's tough. But, eventually you got to pick a winner. And I think it was Derek's turn. So Derek closed the door on Hadi Choopan on the first night. And then on the second night, Hadi Choopan caught up to him. But I don't think he was significantly better compared to Derek. Because Hadi Choopan on the second night on Saturdays looked very similar to the year before. Whereas Derek was improved a lot. And Samson Dauda was improved a lot. Compared to last year's Olympia. I mean, he jumped, from 7th to 3rd? So...
That's the only way you got to look at it. Because, the argument now is you have to beat the champ to be the champ. You have to really beat the champ. And the argument is, are 2 poses from the back enough to knock the champ off?
No. But when the champ is off...
But when you look at, then you take into account the shock factor of progress made. That can make a huge difference.
And Hadi Choopan is compared to his previous Olympia title, which if your show up worse... then you're not closing the door on anybody. You're opening the door for Derek to walk through.
I haven't seen any direct comparison pictures. Was he that far different? I thought he was better.
You mean from prejudging to finals or compared to the year before?
Compared to the year before.
From the back, he was bigger and harder, yeah, but from the back he was softer, and that counts, So you have to look into the total picture. So if you look into the total picture, I would say that Hadi was a little bit worse compared to last year. Except when you look at the Friday or the Saturday finals where he was similar. Yeah, albeit maybe a little bit bigger. Then again, in the back of your head, you're like, he was worse than last year and Derek is so much improved. And then again, emotion plays a factor into that as well.
Yeah, someone mentioned something about his posing as well. He didn't seem to be really into it like Derek was. So
Derek was really into it. Samson was really into it. I mean,
all influences the judges, doesn't it? So
both of them had killer posing routines. I mean, Derek, I got goosebumps, and Samson Dauda especially, I got goosebumps when they were posing. Sounds gay as fuck, but you're a bodybuilder, so you love this shit.
Yeah.
And then Hadi was just walking, asking for applause, which I mean, you can do that, but that might be another tack off your final placing. So
bet your ass next year he'll have a routine.
I hope so for him. Yeah, I mean, if he can come back because he walked off stage, which I think is blown way out of proportion.
Massively. Jesus.
I mean,
the guy just lost the title. For what that means to him in his country, he's a god there. Yeah. He's not the champion of an underground sport. He is a god amongst men.
Of the national sport, basically.
Whole nation.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. And I'm sure a lot of people backstage for that whole 2 days were saying, "You've got this. This is still yours." And then
then it's highly disappointing. But
I mean, when they called it, he still went up to Derek. He still hugged him.
Yeah,
he did everything right.
And
obviously the emotions were just building up, and he had to leave the stage.
Yeah, or he thought they were done, and
no,
maybe
they're done at that stage.
Yeah, maybe
because he took the medal off.
Yeah, he took the medal off.
I think it was all very emotional.
Yeah, probably.
It's the biggest show and the biggest stage in the world. Give the guy a break.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Everyone's blowing it up like, so disrespectful. Dave Palumbo calling out for punishments and stuff. Shut up. Shut up. Fucking idiot.
That's Dave.
The guy is one of the ex-Mr. Olympia. One of the greatest bodybuilders to ever walk the planet. How can you even try to comprehend how that guy's feeling? You've never even
close.
You've never even come within. You're never close. You don't know what it's like to lose that title, to lose something like that. just shut up and let the guy get on with it. It's no big deal.
And look at when Ronnie won and Phil Heath, or when Ronnie lost and Phil Heath lost, right? I mean, these guys were visibly upset. Yeah. And when you look at their faces, they're ready to walk off stage also, you know? So, plus he didn't walk off stage right away. It's not like he took
throw his medal
right into Steve Weinberger's face and then walked off stage. I mean, he took the pictures and just walked off stage prematurely.
Just totally blown out of proportion.
Yeah,
totally blown out. Let the guy have a moment, for Christ's sake. Yeah. You don't know what's going through his head. No. Everyone responds differently to these things.
And apparently, when he lost to Flex Lewis in the Korea Pro, he was banging his head against the wall backstage also. Like, he was so disappointed. You know?
The guy, I mean, you see the guy, how he trains and how, I mean, when you live and breathe something and you reach the pinnacle and it's taken away from you, when you think you have won it, you know, that can be a massive, massive shock. It's not like when you saw Phil win for the first time. Jay knew he was going to win it. Yeah. Right? And he was...
No, he was very off. Yeah.
Hands in the air, hugging him like, you know, you're the man, you earned this, you deserved it.
But that's Jay. Jay is the consummate professional, you know, before he won and when he won and after he lost.
That close. When it's that close. I mean, what's the other one? What was the most recent one before that? Sean and Phil. Mm-hmm. Phil knew he lost. You know, it's different. If it was like... Oh, that could have gone the other way, kind of thing.
No, I was sweating. It might have been distended, a little bit of chest injuries.
But the reaction might have been a lot different.
Yeah.
The reaction this time is because it was that close. It was that close, and in his mind, he probably won it, and it might have felt like a little bit of a robbery by the American hero. Yeah. America loves an American hero, right? Derek Lunsford is the poster boy American hero.
No, 100%.
Right? He's a God-fearing Christian... married, kid on the way. It's like it's the most. If you didn't know it was real, you would think it was some scripted AI bullshit.
Yeah, him and Jake Cutler are like the perfect
story.
Yeah, the perfect story.
Right, so you know you got to think about all these things come into his mind, and he might have felt just he was devastated. Obviously, so give the guy a break for Christ's sake. Dave Palumbo. Punish him? Shut up, bloody moron.
It's just for views.
It's just clickbait, I guess.
It's just what I will say is that I do think that Hadi Choopan at one point, or actually he should have done this weeks ago, is address his fans not to send death threats to Steve Weinberger.
He already did, didn't he?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he was like a day after.
Really?
He's like, calm down, you know, chill out. Yeah, I think he made a big statement thing.
Because the Iranian fans, it took down fucking Derek Lunsford's Instagram and his wife's Instagram. And he tried to, and I think Steve Weinberger's Instagram, they all took it down.
Well, that's some hardcore fans. So you have to take that into account. Mm-hmm. It's not like American fans where they just, you know, the minute you lose something, they hate you. Yeah. You know, and it's like it's just trolls online. In Iran, it's the national sport. He is the god amongst men there. He's worshipped more than anyone else in that country.
And then there's some political turmoil there with the history between Iran and America.
It's the last thing they need is, you know, that win last year was a massive thing for them, for the nation, for the people. People have got to think about all of this stuff before they start saying, oh, Hardy walked off stage, he should be punished. Shut up.
But also, you know, you should address the fans as fast as possible, not to take people's Instagram down and send death threats, right? Which I believe Flex Lewis also got back in the day when he beat Hadi Choopan. So, right, damage control is, I think that's the consummate professional direction, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but even no matter what he says, the fans are still going to go hard. Well, those fans go hard.
They'll probably go less hard if you address it, you know. Yeah.
But I think he did. Like I said, he did make a post. Yeah,
he definitely must have been in Persian.
Oh, it was, yeah. Of course it was. Yeah. But he definitely did make a statement and a post and things like that. But
there were a good amount of Iranians at the Mr. Olympia. They were pissed.
Yeah, I bet. I bet they were.
They were not happy.
I bet.
They were not happy.
You think you love bodybuilding? Mm-hmm. No, you don't. Not compared to an Iranian dude.
No.
You think you love your favorite bodybuilder? Not compared to Iranians and Hadi. It's on another level.
And it's been going on for days. I mean, I remember at the World Championships in 2009. Yeah, 2009, and the Iranian fans I met there, and they were fucking fanatical, you know? They were very cool, though. They let me sit with them. Yeah. Because I thought my back was too big. So your back's too big, you got to sit with us, otherwise we can't see. This is hilarious. Nice people, though, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but it was a crazy Mr. Olympia. Yeah, I think next time either get a gold VIP ticket or I'm not going to get a ticket at all to finals because at silver seating you still don't see anything. I still have to watch the screen.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I thought that you would be like.
I thought I'd be in the front.
4 or 5 rows back at the most.
14 rows, dude.
Yeah, that's wild. Especially
Yeah.
for the price. I mean.
Yeah.
But in Vegas again next year, right? And it's a new venue?
So the venue will be the Las Vegas Convention Center, which is close to Resorts World, and the Resorts World is very cool. But I was there a couple weeks ago, and it's fucking dead in there. Like there's no shops. Half the shops are closed or bottomed up, and because it's so north of the Strip that a lot of people just simply don't make the excursion. It's still a nice place though. It's clean. A couple good restaurants. They got 8 Lounge, which is a cigar lounge, was good. And if they got some time to kind of start that, as a spectator, you don't have to stay in a host hotel, but of course it's good to stay as close to the venue as possible because then you can walk. But there's a couple close hotels on the other side of the Strip. I'm not going to stay in the Strip anymore after going there with the Formula One changes. I mean, and I've seen everything on the Strip already, so I'm kind of done with that area. But I think
get a little Airbnb just outside.
Yeah, I get an Airbnb. Next time I go to the US, just Airbnbs, man. I got to cook my own food. I mean, my blood work is fucking terrible, and that's with modifying orders,
That's because you're eating them modified beef burgers.
No. It's just
the American food.
It's terrible for your health, man. But it's the same in Thailand. That's why I cook all my own meals here.
Yeah, well, same everywhere.
Yeah. So are you finally going to come then next year?
Yeah.
You better. It's closer. It's not as far as Orlando.
I was watching it and I'm like, should have just went.
Yeah.
Should have just spent the money and gone.
Should have had we would have had a lot.
I knew I'd regret it.
And then you could have tagged along to go to Universal Studios and Disney World. Yeah, you would have been smart.
Well, by the time it happens next year, I'll be a pro.
Yeah, you better.
No, I will be.
Okay, good.
Without a doubt. So, hopefully have more of a reason to go there and mingle.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll definitely be there.
It's fun.
I can't hold it off any longer now. And especially as it's in Vegas, the missus really wants to go to Vegas as well. And, so it'll be a great experience all round.
A lot of cool places to visit in Vegas.
Yeah, well, I've been there.
Yeah.
But she's never been there.
Well, the last time you were in Vegas, you were what, 21, 18?
I was 26.
26.
26.
Okay. So it's close to a decade ago.
26 or 28, something like that. It was, but it was amazing. It was really cool. Just, incredible place.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Spent far too long there, though. Spent way too much money.
Well, that's what Vegas is all about. Why do you think I spent so much money in America? It's mostly in Vegas.
I know why,
but a lot of shopping though. There. Like, dude, I did
outlet malls in Vegas.
Holy shit, dude! It's great. Yeah. I bought like thousands. Well, not thousands, but I bought a lot of new pairs of shoes, a lot of clothes, and so we had to send like 30 pounds of luggage back home, like all the stuff that I didn't need because Detroit and Chicago were so cold. So all the cold, the winter clothes I kind of sent back. Or for me, winter clothes, it's like summer clothes for the local people. They're walking in t-shirts, but I'm so used to Thailand that I need to wear a jacket and shit. So I send all that stuff home and old shoes. And then I kind of wore all the new stuff. Yeah, we sent like 30 pounds back. Yeah, and then I have to pay the shipping forwarder. So it's spent like $200 on fucking shipping. Dude. And then you're like, did I save $200 on the outlet stores or did I save less money and now I'm actually spending more? So anyway, I got my wardrobe is well extended now, stacked. Yeah,
I can't wait. I remember when we went to the outlet malls, I went hard.
Yeah, go to the north one though. The south one is kind of boring.
It's just I can't remember.
Plus, the north one is a cheesecake,
and everything was like 2 for 1. Yeah, buy a pair of shoes, get another one for it. So okay, sure.
Yeah, and
just get everything.
And the salespersons are really nice. So I wanted to buy a pair of shoes from Michael Kors, which is one I bought last year, and that shoe I wear all the time, and it still looks good. So I wanted to buy a new pair because it lasts, obviously, and I got a fat discount for like $125. So I go to the Michael Kors store, no cool shoes. And then the guy found some sort of cool shoe in the back, like perfectly my size. Yeah, we still got this one, $50. Like sold you fucking asshole.
That's what you pay for the fake ones on the markets here.
Yeah.
It's wild. American shopping is the bomb.
Exactly. So if you go to Vegas and you spend a lot on the hotel and the food and the gambling and whatever else, you can totally break even by shopping even more and then saving like 50% or 30% or 25% at the outlet mall. Because, I'm stacked for the next year. I don't need to go shopping in Thailand in any way, shape, or form.
Can't anyway. Nothing fits. Give it up now. Shopping trips don't happen. It's just straight to the restaurants now. Walking around the malls just constantly being disappointed.
So 1 week from now, Cheesecake Factory will open up.
Let's go.
Let's go,
Cheesecake Factory.
All right, so we're going either Saturday or Sunday.
Just in time for my next cycle bulk to start.
So you're going to ruin all your insulin sensitivity with the
instantly, first day.
Cheesecakes, yeah.
First day, yeah.
I'll take 2, please, and then, copious amounts of metformin and...
mid-meal slim breaks.
Liam, I got to go to the bathroom. Just do it here. Bam. Fucking humic log straight to the, straight to the ab veins.
Going hard.
Yeah.
Can't wait. But yeah, that's a nice little Brucey bonus to Bangkok, that's for sure.
Yeah. So apparently they don't do reservations, so we got to do walk-ins.
Reservations.
Yeah, but then otherwise you stand there and fucking
you get big people special treatment.
Oh, we'll go with a group of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll need a bigger table.
Yeah.
We're going to need a bigger table.
We're going to need a bigger table for that.
Yeah. No, it'll be fun. It'll be good.
Yeah. So we'll vlog that because it's vlog worthy.
Yeah, it is.
And then let's see if those cheesecakes in Thailand are the same size, the same 1,200 to 1,500 calorie cheesecakes that they have.
I imagine they've got that stuff all like the same everywhere, right?
Yeah, you would think
they can't ruin the reputation.
You would think so, yeah. You would think so. But then again, 2 Thai people probably can't even finish one cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory. Because cheesecakes in Thailand are like...
little tiny snacks.
This size. This is a
size.
cheesecake. It's literally something you can throw against somebody and kill them. It's a liability, those cheesecakes.
It was a slab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go buy a pack of butter and it has less calories than a cheesecake. Dude, they're like a kilo each.
Yeah, no, I remember we did one in Dubai.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, this is cheesecake. This is a proper slice of cheesecake." Yeah, and they got every flavor you can imagine. Oh, good times! Can't wait.
I hope they can bring peppermill over. That's even better. But peppermill is only one. That's in Las Vegas. So that's Cheesecake Factory and peppermill. That's like one of the primary reasons to go to Vegas. All the Americans are cringing right now, but simple Europeans.
I hit the Gordon Ramsay restaurants last time as well.
Yeah, those were good. But the Gordon Ramsay hamburger has gone downhill since last year.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But it's probably also because I had that top 3 hamburger of my life literally the day before when I met Chase Iron. So,
maybe that's
probably one of the reasons also. Yeah. So me and Chase, we had, we went to train at his, private gym. Then we did a podcast together. And then we went out to dinner. We drove around Chicago. We went out to dinner that I can't remember. Chase, please remind me in the comment section if you're watching. Went to that restaurant, fucking fancy as shit. Guys dressed up with ties and super friendly attitude. And we had the best hamburgers of my life. And then the next day I flew to Las Vegas, picked up my wife at the airport. And then we went straight to Gordon Ramsay hamburger. And it was mildly disappointing, but not as disappointing as In-N-Out Burger.
Yes, I'm surprised about that. I mean, but were you judging it compared to this other mega burger you're talking about? Or were you
I don't know. I was just expecting a lot.
Fast food
I was just expecting more because, people rave about In-N-Out Burger and 5 Guys, right? And it's like the best burgers ever. And you go there and it's kind of meh.
I think those people are comparing it to McDonald's, though.
Yeah.
In which case, it's not hard to beat, is it?
No. Even Burger King is better.
So maybe on the scale of like fast food style burgers, it might be considered really good. But burgers, when we're talking like a gourmet burger.
So what do we have? We have Carl's Jr., we have McDonald's, we have In-N-Out, we have 5 Guys, Burger King.
Do we have 5 Guys here?
No. We had a Carl's Jr., but I think they all went bankrupt. Those were good.
I had a Carl's Jr. in Japan.
Yeah.
It was like Burger King, but a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you have to rank them, McDonald's is definitely at the bottom. So I don't know what Dave Palumbo's. Wendy's and Denny's, but those are not really hamburger places. Those are diners, so they have a boatload of stuff. And I went to Denny's actually a couple times in this trip to the US, because they modify orders, so you can actually make it good.
Did you go IHOP?
No, I didn't go to IHOP. I went to one IHOP close to our hotel in Orlando, and I came there. It's like a bomb went off.
Oh, really?
Dirty and people sleeping on the couches. I'm like, okay, fuck this. I'm not taking my wife anywhere close. Plus, we have IHOP in Thailand, so why bother?
Not anymore. That closed down as well.
Closed down as well?
Yeah, I was looking for it. I was all excited. And
dude, it needed your business.
Closed. So yeah.
And when I go to IHOP, and Denny's has pancakes also, which were actually pretty good.
Yeah,
but maybe that's
got
why
some
my
good places here for breakfast.
Maybe that's why my cardiac markers were so fucking off, and my C-reactive protein was elevated. Because all the Denny dinners.
Did you get your serum breakfast levels checked?
I should have. Yeah, I think the consistency of your blood is gravy.
Yeah, 97% bacon.
I don't know. You're still alive.
America.
Yeah, America. Yeah. Then again, when I went to Japan and you ate the typical food there, it's also terrible.
Really?
Dude, it was so greasy in Japan.
And what were you eating? They're
sushi,
supposed to have like the healthiest food in the world.
Sushi, but also some ramen.
Lowest rate of heart disease and all of that.
Kobe beef. Kobe beef is pretty good though.
Yeah.
Fuck man, it was so expensive. It was so
like butter.
Actually, it's not that fatty, the Kobe beef that we have. I mean, it was 7th grade marbling, but it was not as fatty as I expected. The Wagyu was more fatty.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, yeah. So after the best steaks of my life in Kobe beef and after the best hamburgers with Chase Irons, I can't go out anymore. I have to do Cheesecake Factory.
Has to be the good places.
Well, that's like good enough.
Fucking high maintenance.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I like a good meal, I've been all over the world. I got to eat right.
No, you got to eat good, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll definitely do Cheesecake Factory. Yeah. And then we got to hit Phuket somewhere early next year.
Yep. Yeah, I've got to go early January because George St. Pierre, GSP, the GOAT, is doing a big seminar at Bangtao.
Oh, really?
And I ain't missing that. Right. I'm not much of a fighter, but I'm going to see GSP.
Is Dave organizing that?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so that'll be at Bangtao Muay Thai Gym.
Can we talk about that publicly?
Yeah, it's all advertised.
All right, okay.
Yeah, it's all advertised and stuff. You can go on the Bangtao Muay Thai Gym Instagram and click the links, and you can book your tickets for it now. It's only like $100.
Oh,
$100 for a whole day seminar with GSP.
That's pretty cheap.
A legend. So yeah, in my opinion, that's worth every single penny.
Maybe I can do a drug seminar at the same time.
Yeah. You want to fight like this guy?
Yeah.
Let's look at what he was taking.
Nandrolone, bitch.
That was UFC before USADA.
Yeah.
When everyone was looking surprisingly good.
Oh, USADA backed out of the UFC.
They did now. Well, the UFC sacked him off, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because they were doing they were being a bit unfair with Conor
They're
or something.
being corrupt pieces of shits?
I don't know the whole story, but let everyone take what they want to take. Jeez.
I think WADA and USADA are worse than,
boring.
tax departments.
Boring.
Boring.
Fucking party poopers is what they are.
Yeah, not really though, because it's just an IQ test and beating it's pretty easy. Plus, it's mad inaccurate.
It's just crap, innit? I don't get it. It's a skill-based sport. Drugs don't make you more skilled. They just make you fight harder and faster for longer.
Plus, entertainment value will go up, yeah.
Better for the fans.
And better to make money.
Yeah.
And imagine...
At the end of the day, the best skilled fighter is still going to win.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know. Imagine with the enhanced games if they have like performance medicine, right? Make it sound a little bit nicer. And then I had this conversation with Dr. Aaron de Souza. So imagine you have the enhanced games, and then you have, instead of performance enhancing drugs, you have performance medicine or cognitive enhancing medicine. And then Bayer and Eli Lilly.
Well, the sponsors.
All the sponsors. Like,
why not?
This is what our drugs are capable of.
They would be crazy not to.
And then in the context of anti-aging and overall health performance and longevity outcomes, I mean, yeah. And if there's no drug testing, then who the fuck cares, right?
Hell yeah.
I mean, Bayer...
I'm joining the Olympics.
Yeah, no, it's not the Olympics. It'll be the enhanced games.
Yeah, but it will take over the Olympics because it'll be way cooler. And all the records will get broken.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I don't think it's long.
There's going to be... What you're going to have is all of the guys that are just like one year too old to make the Olympic team because of some young gun coming up.
Yeah,
and politics. So the Olympic... The time that you have on the Olympic teams in most sports is pretty short-lived, right? Because there's just a constant conveyor belt of young talent coming through.
Yeah.
So all of those guys that are just that little bit past it, but still like 0.4 freaking fractions of a second away from record still. And now we're like, well, I can't make the Olympic team, but I can get juiced up and do this instead. They will smash records.
The weird thing is, the weird thing is I've helped people try to get into the national teams in various sports, but some of them are a little bit older. And then even if they beat all the younger guys, they still don't get added Because by the time the Olympics are, we're 3 or 4 years ahead, and they feel that they're not going to perform 2 or 3 years from now, even though they're beating all the young guys. Like they hire you on potential and probably obedience, which is the same as that they're doing in the national teams for the bodybuilding shows here in Asia. They hire you on obedience. And this is why you see that
it's a
World Championships is fucking failing now, right?
It's the whole PR
See all those cool athletes of Thailand that moved to IFBB?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I don't know. Can we talk about that?
No.
But yeah, people
so
doing
good.
different things.
I'm just happy that these guys finally getting their pro cards now.
Yeah. And not wasting their time
Yeah.
in other places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get after it.
Get after it.
Get after it.
Exactly.
For sure. Because there's some real talent there.
Absolutely.
So a shout out to all those guys. What else are we missing?
That's pretty much it, man. That's all I did. I mean, I went to the US for a month. It was fun, but I'm not going to go that long. And you were a month of steady gains.
Yeah, I didn't go anywhere and just got big as usual.
I just got bigger.
Just keep doing that over and over again. My life is the same. Yeah.
And in January, so when is this seminar? In January?
Oh, GSP is within the first couple of weeks.
I might as well start planning for that.
Friday, the 19th of January.
Okay.
GSP, Bangtao, Muay Thai, MMA gym.
Yeah, let's get some tickets.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. And I want to go back down there anyway, get some nice Phuket vibes. That Bangtao area is really nice and chill. Get me good vibes.
It's good to drive around with a motorbike, have fun. But this time we're not going to do the fucking 125cc bikes anymore. We're going to do the 150.
Let's get Harleys, bro.
Yeah, or get Harleys. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
They're big enough for Harleys.
Yeah,
man.
get some proper fucking stuff.
People were laughing at me now on this bike.
Oh, really?
Well, not they've always laughed at me now.
Oh, yeah, my old
They're always
bike.
laughing at me.
He's driving on my old bike, the little yellow one.
Little Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Still going.
It's still going, but you're way too big for that thing. You're top heavy.
I have to keep pumping up the tires and keep an eye on the suspension.
Those tires are...
That thing still keeps going.
I'm going to sell that thing. I'll probably get like 5,000 baht for it.
I don't know if it will handle me at 140. I'll just buy it off you.
It should be.
I'll buy it off you and I'll gift it to someone.
It should be. Because I sat on that at 120 kilos when my wife was 65. So that's like 185, yeah. And that still worked. Plus I've sat on there at 120 and dropped you off at 120. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Two big bodybuilders on a tiny bike.
Yeah, that thing's a war machine, man.
Yeah.
It's a good bike.
It survives even though the flooding and stuff.
It's like a jet ski. It transforms.
Yeah.
Bumblebee. It transforms.
My new Inmax can't survive the flooding. It goes into the water and then can't even go past gear 1.
Terrible.
Cool. Terrible. So I guess we'll wrap it up here then.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice catch up.
Guys, if you are interested in the last day of the Black Friday sale, again, the links are down below. All right, if you want to support Aaron, use his link and discount code. If you want to support me, use my code and link. And save yourself 30% off the entire inventory plus 7 new items.
Yeah.
All new products, new flavors, all that good stuff.
Loads of stuff.
All right.
I like the sauna t-shirts. Did you see them?
Yeah, I saw
the little backdrop t-shirts. For if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. But they're cool. And also the sister company, Intelligent Shop.
Right.
They're doing their Black Friday.
Yeah, 30%
all of their
off.
fragrances. If you buy the bundle of all the fragrances, it's 50% off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, massive savings. So yeah, Black
That's
Friday, get on it.
Yeah, that's a lot. So get on it. And for now, we're out of time. Thank you so much for joining with me. And we'll see you guys in the next Muscle Nomads dropping very soon. Aaron will probably be a lot bigger and I'll be the same size.
Yeah, we're going to have to go widescreen.
See you guys then. Take care.